Greetings, everyone. JS62 or J Delete, Steam or from YouTube. I'm trying out the Streamlabs software for the first time, so hopefully it goes well. I tried to work on a little bit of things here to make it catchy so that you're not getting an eyesore just staring at my face the whole time, and then you'll see some things going on with the screen. Let me deafen the music a bit. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to start the stream out just by opening up the map. We're running it around in there for just a little bit. I tried doing a little bit of a light modification on, and we'll see here. Like I've compiled the lights to like a medium quality. I don't think my computer is good enough for the high definition for the lights and stuff like that. So we'll have to see how that turns out. I've been getting told that my microphone's not high enough. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of gain to it. I'm going to add about 2. We'll see if it gets really loud then. Or maybe I just got to speak a little bit louder, which, you know, easier or harder to do with the headphones on. So, I'm going to be taking, things from your chat. I think if you post here on YouTube, which is where I'm streaming out, I believe it's Jada Delete on YouTube. It should appear here right above where my image is. So you're going to hear basically every sound that comes through my computer. So it should be kind of quieter than usual. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boot up the game now, and we'll see how this goes. I'm going to boost it up a little bit more. Boost it. How about that? Is that a little bit louder? Now I can see it actually hitting like the red a little bit. So I'll do a gain of about 10. And I am going to jump into the game here. Probably going to take about a minute for it to pop up. But yeah, I'm going to run around the map for a little bit. I haven't changed the coding at all. Okay, it's good. But yeah, we'll keep it at this level until either I get a different microphone or who knows what goes on. But I did opt to go with Streamlabs because A, I always hear people saying they use it, and B, the microphone that I was trying to pull out, like an actual XLR microphone, it needs like power in order for you to be able to hear it because it comes at like negative decibels, if that's even possible. So we'll go with that. I'm using the webcam microphone with just a little bit of a limiter on there, so hopefully you won't hear the cars going by every time or me slamming on my keyboard. So, but if the audio changes, just let me know. All right, looks like the game's coming up, and if it's doing that, let me move Streamlabs to the other screen for now. And we will begin. Like I said, I'm just going to do a walkthrough. I'm probably going to no clip through just to see what the lighting looks like around the area. I'll try to talk about it a little bit because this is more or less a test stream, and then I'll go into actually editing the map. I have to do I'm at the communication tower area, so. What's the holy crap for? What's loud? Yeah, let me know. Is it the game audio? Is it the game audio? What's my microphone or what's going on? Turn that off. Holy crap! What was I talking about? Is it other sounds? Is it like Steam sounds? Turn the microphone off. Everything really loud? Now I'm confused. Everything's really loud? Max gain. Holy shit. Okay, well, game's being paused. That's funny. And you said the in-game audio sounds like it's max too. Let's turn this down then. How about now? Oh yeah, that's negative 6.8. How does this sound? I'm not sure how long there's a delay though. If it's like a 10-second delay. So this is the mic test. And I'm gonna hit play on the game again. You'll have to let me know. You can hear my shirt ruffle. Oh damn. Alright, let me see what I can do. Give me a second here. I'm gonna play. That's better. I'm gonna play the game audio, which I have at master volume of 0.38. So yeah, we'll see here. Just the mic. Okay, you have to let me know if the game audio is too low. Actually, like I said, I don't think I'm going to be really fighting too many. What you also notice here is I tried doing some jank way of making the zombies look like the genome soldiers, which obviously this is not going to be what I want, because look how horrible that looks. It's just like pure white. First frog for anyone. You'll need to see a tutorial on that. I did type up all the tutorials on the Discord, which I think there's a link right above my head. Right above my picture. Right up here. Where where I kind of give basically a text overview of where all this stuff, all the Keratans are. But let me run around in no clip just to look at some of the lighting to see how it's turned out on this version. So it looks like there's some light bleed underneath here. Which I guess, I mean, I can live with that because you're going to be on the ground. And you're not really going to see that, you know, close up. And plus this whole area down here is really dark anyway. Alright, up the elevator. Game audio is fine. Awesome, awesome. I'll take that. Actually, let me do this real quick, just in case if someone leaves a comment. That way I can see it. Alright, now you're going to hear damn Samantha the whole time, so that'll be annoying. Let me go into God mode. So, this is the heliport area. You'll take the elevator, after filling up the soul box at the bottom of the elevator. It'll come down, you can, on top of it, and it'll take you up here. And if you ever need to get back down there, you can always take the teleporter that I put inside the Rex. And pack a punch. Alright. This is the tank hangar. Down here, you'll take the elevator to different floors. Level 1, or basement 1, and then basement 2 is down here. You'll need to get the keycard level 1 to get in this door to get to the C4. Blow up this wall. I know this Samantha thing's probably getting really annoying in the live stream. Blow up this wall, and then you do the lockdown in here. Whenever you do that, the key card will fall, and you can pick it up. And whenever you beat that also, this will open up for you to do the tank boss fight. Which I recommend a fast shooting gun with a lot of bullets. Because it's more so about how many times you can hit it and dodge the zombies that are infinitely spawning. As opposed to having some sort of wonder weapon, which is probably not going to do any damage to it. Because the damn thing's a tank. It's a tank pro. Extra area, I'll probably need to spruce up a little bit because I kind of skipped past it. But this is the nuclear weapon storage facility. Go down on the second floor, you pick up the Nikita rocket. You need a level 3 key card, which you get after being the tank. Take the rocket here. You have to deactivate the electric generator, so it shoots the rocket. It watches a very cheaply coded animation that I put together, which takes away these barriers and takes away the electricity on the floor that'll kill you. Allows you to go back here. I know I'm zooming through this. And then in here's the Autocon's lab. Whenever you go back here, depending on the difficulty you chose and how many players in the map, it's going to spawn, I don't know, a bunch of Brutuses, and you'll have to kill them, and then come back over here and hit F on the locker after you've done that, which will then open up, I'm going a little bit fast, open up Psycho Mantis's room, the commander's room, which is on B1. When you go in here, it'll teleport all players. It becomes a lockdown. Psycho Mantis teleports around every time you look at him. The statue flies across the screen and hits you every time it touches you. Same with these two will fly over here. And these two pictures will fly back and forth randomly and also hurt you. So you don't want to get touched by those, and you want to avoid the zombies, get hits on the boss. It has quite a bit of health, and it teleports around, which makes it hard to hit. You can always hit the boss. You can always hit it with bullets. And there's a damage phase that happens after you look at it so many times, depending on how much health it has. You kind of want to have the bullets for that, 4 seconds. Otherwise, you're going to be reloading during the good opportunity to hit them, and the boss fight's just going to take forever. Simultaneously, currently there's a... why walkthrough? Me get used to talking to no one on the stream. So, what I'm going to do now is look at the lighting of the new areas. So, after you do all that, whenever I do eventually push out this update, because none of this stuff that I'm going through now is currently in the game in version 2.2. It'll be in a later update, so hopefully I get to that. Actually, let me turn down the volume of this thing, because you're going to keep hearing her cry the whole time. So, turn her down. Alright, so the caves is what happens after you do this. Or what will happen. To the right here is just this little alcove area. It has a little peek through spot. Eventually what will happen is you'll be able to... I'll probably make it so you can blow up this wall from the other side, or at least buy it so that it opens up. That way you don't have to go through the entire cave each time, even though the cave isn't that big. But I just feel like it gives players more areas to go, more options. People always like more options, or at least having 2 options. I don't know if I'm going to have wolves spawn in here, but that's where they would spawn in the normal game. I'll probably dust up with snow the outside here a little bit, instead of it just being plain rocks. Maybe I'll have a little bit of fun with it. Who knows what I'll do. Guns, wall buys, perks, who knows what I'll do. Do something, hopefully. Something fun. Because otherwise this might just be an area to walk through and get killed. These two in the game, in the actual Metal Gear, you have to crawl through these little secret areas, or crawl over here to get to the next area. With the way that it is, just with the height, players can barely just walk underneath both of these. And so hopefully that also means zombies will be able to as well. I'll have to check that out in game sometime, whenever I put like the spawners and stuff, which is probably what I'll get to today, whenever I go over to the map making portion of it. I'll start zoning this thing out, putting zombie spawn locations, and then what I'll have to do is go into the code. I'll probably do that off stream, because who knows how long, if it'll take me to do this. I might plan on streaming for, I don't know, hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 today. We'll see how long it goes, or if something comes up. But this will be the door that you have to buy to get out of the cave, which gets you to this little sniper wolf walkway area, or the walkway to the communications tower. It's looking okay. Little holes in the wall. This is where the sniper wolf was in the game. It's kind of small because, there's not really going to be a purpose to go up there. Who knows, maybe I'll put something up there to entice someone to go up there and get killed. So we'll see. I don't have any handrails on this. We'll see if I actually put those on. But it is a tight fit. I made this little garage area, which is a level 6 keycard door in the game. So you go through here, and this will be the communications tower, which I wanted to keep kind of dark, but not too dark. So I wanted to see how the lighting would come through. And it looks a little bit better than what it did yesterday. It was just pitch black in here all the way through. So now let's go up the steps. It's 30 floors in total. And so you have to run up here. Who knows how I'll have to put some sort of spawning, some reason to go through here. This is where elevator and floor 1 is. So this is technically, wait, is this floor 1 or 9? The one's down there. This is floor 9. Floor 9 there'll be a passageway that leads to the other tower, because whenever you do the Hind D fight in the game, you fall down, or you rappel down and end up on the 9th floor of the other tower, or in between the towers, and you have to go into the other tower, make your way to the bottom, to then go to the next section of the game, the snowfield, where the Sniper Wolf battle actually is. Hopefully this is coming through in the game. There's some like light movement here, which I've seen, like, depending on who's streaming, if you're people having issues streaming, or maybe they just want better performance of the game, they turn down the graphics and stuff. So, I mean, I don't blame them. If the gameplay is the most important, being able to see, so everyone hates fog anyway. So here we go. I'm just going to zip to the top, because basically all these are just floors to get to the very top, level 30. I wish this was just a little bit slower. So you get to the top, I put the satellite dish. Right now the sun's kind of bright, so this whole area looks kind of like light white. Which, I mean, it could be worse. It could be not lighted at all. But I have the satellite dish up here. Right now there's no clipping on it, so you could technically just walk through it if I were to publish it. I'll have to add some fun things up here. I'll have to somehow do something to represent the helicopter fight. So that's what I'll be working on. Also, probably in my brain before I start messing around in the game. I do have to put clips up on everything, because otherwise you can just jump over stuff. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, see, like right now without any clips, I can jump off the map and die, which should be fun. I'll also probably have to prevent you from crawling under here, because then people are just going to crawl under here, and depending on how I code the tank hangar, or the helicopter fight, it'll just find a way to kill you even though you're under there, and the people will get upset. Hey, what the heck? Why am I getting hit when I shouldn't be able to get hit, like, logically? So I do have to connect this eventually. And then, like I said, I'll probably end up like locking, a little lock will come, laser wall will come up here just make it like a lockdown where you have to fight the helicopter, or whatever I end up doing with it, whatever my skill is able to program into here. It'll probably blow up. I'm not sure how I'll do it. I'll probably build something on the 9th floor, wherever that is. Let's see, yep, that's right here. Boom. So what I'll probably do is it'll probably end up being around this height. No, this is the first floor. So the first floor over here will have an exit. That's the basement. I'll probably close that up because this is technically basement. Anyways, maybe I'll put a wonder weapon down there or something for people who are crazy enough to go all the way to the bottom. But yeah, there'll be like an exit over here on this side, or let me get back in here, or probably like right here. That way it's attached to the side of the building. You go this way and it brings you to a giant snowfield, which I'll eventually make. And if I want to go the Metal Gear 3 route, no, Metal Gear Solid 4 route, whenever you return to Shadow Moses, I'd have to let you open up this tank hangar, this door, which I don't know what I'm going to do because I have so many fast travel methods already in the map. Have it so that you open up this door, and there's a little passageway that leads all the way to the snowfield, which will open up, after you do all this. But that's a lot of walking area that's kind of pointless, especially, like I said, with the amount of fast travels that I have, and probably the amount of fast travels that I will eventually put in the game. I will have to start using my prefabs. These fast travels open up. Let me travel to one real quick. There's not one in the bathroom. Yeah, so this is what I use for the fast travels, kind of to represent the cardboard boxes that are in the game that you go in the back of the trucks and you ride in. I put a little fence in front of it, which is tied to the trigger, and the trigger that teleports you and this fence only activate if the fence disappears and the trigger will only activate if that area has been activated in the game. So if you've never been to the B2 armory, where this teleporter takes you to, that exact zone, then you won't be able to go in here. And I have it coded that way, so at least I can like copy and paste it, and then just change the values that I need to change. And, if this flag is set, delete this. If this flag is set, let the teleporter work. Otherwise, you'd be teleporting into an area that is not opened yet, and then you just instantly die while you're there. And that too, that's a no-go. That's just a, oh crap, I forgot to do that, and now you're dead and people are upset. But yeah. I think that is all I really need to show, because right now it's just going to be going into the map editor. Like I said, I'm testing StreamYards, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to end this. That might be loud. We'll have Radiant. Actually, Radiant's going to take a second. Switch over to that. And we will have to see the volumes. Okay, good. Volumes look like they kept the same. Also, I forgot to mention too, if you ever want to join in one of these streams, you can always join the Discord. Like I said, I have it listed above. Or there's links to it. There's a link in one of the guides on the Steam page. One of the discussion boards in the Steam page, this map. Which I think I have all those in the description of this video. But, down the line we'll get more viewers. I need to stream on Twitch as well. Well, I guess I'll have to make a Twitch or find out what my password is on Twitch. And maybe I'll do that. But I don't know if I can multi-stream without some sort of description on stream. We'll have to see here. Give me a second. Gotta see if Labs knows what it's doing. Break something. Likely. Supposed to be. Says that he's jamming. That would be cool if I was playing music, I would just have that jamming thing come on. Actually, hold on, let me cycle through some of these transitions that I got here. This is live with Radiant. This, as you guys just saw, this was live with gameplay. So if there's any full screen game that's on, it'll show up there. Which obviously with the tickers and stuff that you see that I have here, the perk icons and whatnot, everything's related to this map. So right now the way I have it set up is just going to be Call of Duty or Metal Gear. This is the starting soon, the ending soon. These are all stock. This is the Be Right Back, which I put the jamming on. The intermission, I think, is like where I can sit here and talk to you guys. Right now, it's just this looped video. And the text chat will show up here on the right blue box. So apparently I have to sign in. In order to talk to the chat, I have to sign in. Okay, that's cool. Good thing to know. So I'm probably going to post something in the YouTube chat just to see it show up. Welcome to the show. Probably misspelled it because it's on the other monitor. 20 feet away from me because I don't have the cable to work. Okay. Okay. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to modify that. Go back to this is the title card, which is basically what I just put as the thumbnail, one that I worked on the other day. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to do a few variations of this or spend more time with that. But back to Radiant. So, okay, so the message is delete after a couple seconds. That's fine. If I pin it, what happens? Oh, it just goes to the top. Okay, that's cool. We can deal with it. the stream. Did the breach. Where are you at? I'm looking for the program that's up on the stream. Trying to work it. Okay. So all this is squared away. I should probably give like seizure warning stuff. I probably won't compile lighting while on these streams and like test the map, because compiling the lighting with my computer takes, you know, if it's low quality lighting, it takes probably 10 to 30 minutes. If I do medium quality, it's 40 minutes to 2 hours. And if I do it high quality, my computer just dies after like 4 hours. It just fails. So I wonder if that requires ray tracing or something better than the graphics card that I have. All right. So now we'll go to where we were in the game. Okay, what do I want to do first? I work on... I'll come back to the cave later because I'll do zoning and stuff, and I'll just start. This I should probably cut out 9th floor on both sides. Floor is first floor. Yep. So actually what I can do is I can pull up the Discord, not Discord, the Metal Gear thing that I was using on DeviantArt, where this guy drew tower, or the tower. I think that I would keep it saved. Holy crap. Got an isometric of the entire game too. Give me a second here. I'm pulling it up just so I can see it before I start messing around. Go the wrong direction. Actually, you know what? No. Go ahead. I'm going to have the first floor come from the left side. That comes from the right side. And I'm thinking this is also going to come right, like the section that next that comes from the right here. Yeah, probably have it so you're going to be coming up these steps. You're not going to be able to get in. You're not going to be able to get in. I'll cut it here. Put this wall out here. Make you have to go outside. Well, eventually, because it's going to be locked until after the helicopter fight. Actually, no. Tower. Maybe I'll make it so that it's in front. Top. Here. It opens up. Side. It opens up on the right. Then it connects that way across. Connects in this corner. So let's start cutting. But that sounded wrong. That's not. Oh, but what I was saying before about Discord. Eventually what I'll have it do is if I do want to have people on the streams to talk to, I'm kind of lame to talk to just by myself, and have people join in the Discord, join the chat channel, BS during the stream. I do have Metal Grave and Bahose at some point in time. I'll probably have them on the stream to talk. I've had Bahose on whenever we did the the live streams, the 5,000 subscriber to the map, 5,000 downloads celebration stream. He was on. My audio quality was horrible there. It's probably been horrible until this stream. Okay, so let's get the cutting. Floor. Probably said 70 times already. Stream. Floor is oh hi no. Cut it to the top of the stairs. Actually, that's not tall enough. Maybe it is. 128. Exactly 100 blocks. Craft. Probably is here. Put it the same as the rail. Players aren't running into the rail. And what I'll do, cut it. Also run. Probably make it a different texture so it sticks out. Which I actually like. I wonder how this is looking on the stream. I move these wings. Pull the stream. Yeah, see, it's not taking up the full screen. Only taking the mid. This light. Primary. Pull it up. Put a little. Hone it in. Make it longer. The length. Right, so I'll put the stops. 2, 1. Maybe I'll put it in glare. I already have the blue glaring. You go a little bit more distance. Heck of it. At least now we can see the color of what everything's going to look like. It has a little bit. Just like I said, this box. I'll probably have it come out a little bit just in case I want to make the pillars wider, bigger. much closer to. Then I'll have to do the same thing on that side whenever I get there. Fog of War. I will probably have to add fog, because otherwise, whenever you're in the map, you see you're up here. You're gonna see all. I'll have to add fog in the map. Also, maybe like one-way snow. Whenever you're looking, you see snow in these areas that are outside the map. Um, just for effects. Kind of like what I did way back on the other side of the map. Just snow back there. Not a playable area. It's there so that horizon you actually see something. And I'll probably still have to make that a little bit bigger. Go kind of close. So let's work on this box here. Hopefully I'm on the right side. What's funny is that it ended up being exactly 100 blocks. So we'll have to see what's going on with it. Thank you for posting on the thing about it needing a Mantis crash fake out. Um, I will have to work on that. I think that's like a HUD kind of idea. I've seen them do that kind of thing with the Chaos mod on one of Noah's streams, where you just have stuff flashing on the screen. So I might try to do something like that in the game. I kind of wanted to do. I have not spent time to learn how to properly do that though. So that would be something cool that I would like to work on. I'd have to find a way that the players wouldn't instantly get killed because the zombies would still be moving. So I don't know how I would accomplish that, but that is definitely something I want. Also, one thing I need to get better at doing when I'm doing this is understanding how big something for a player. So let me throw. I'm gonna throw a model. So I have something to go off of. The Cosmic Silverback. Cosmic Silverback compared to a zombie. on. To how's it going back to the live VR? It's about 2 players wide. I don't know how much I trust that, but it'll be more dangerous than what I've previously done. But hey, you need to have danger in the game. Probably make it a little bit. One, four, four, and there'll be balls with a little bit bigger. Zombie space apes are creepier. Well, zombie space ape, I don't think is zombified. I don't know if he. Um, I don't think you really get to see him unless if you're playing Dead Ops Arcade, and I think you only fight him as like the last boss. And so, well, I guess it's a different variation. Fight Mama Ape, Mama Cosmonaut, Daddy Cosmonaut. Who knows? I don't know if you would end up fighting Grandma Cosmonaut. Yeah, we'll go 8. I'll probably have to flush it some of these walls. That height. Yeah, there'll be some height. That way players can bump their head if they have the jump. Not be too. What I will have to do though, I'll have to change it so that instead of it showing radiant, that it shows the whole. Because right now you guys aren't seeing the sidebars that I'm looking when I'm measuring it. But perfectly fine. Roof on. Perfect. Bring down. Oh, good thing I added that light. This is just, I might even shorten it. You see this thing stick. Well, if I need to widen it, a lot easier. A lot easier. Just basically widening the section both sides of the. Just it's less work when copying. Rotate. Whenever you think Just this match that, this. And no. Of course, I can change whenever I get to that point. Right now, it's building. Laying the foundation. So let me also get to this. I probably plan on doing this. Be working on this. Hopefully, around probably around 7 Eastern time each day. Probably put like an hour or two where I'm feeling it. Schedule a stream. Do that. Kind of forces you to work on the project. And also makes you think out loud. People love hearing self-talk. This will extend all the way to the other side. I said I'll have to cooler, add some texturing to it. Maybe make it look all fancy. I wanted to do. I want to make it this way, so I can cut the same. That way, if I want to round, cut all the pieces. Yes. Uh, that. What kind of? Gonna take a second to some. Pretty sure most of this stuff's gonna be. Who knows? Maybe I'll put this in here. Cool. But I can get. That'll probably be staring at the going through textures. I don't know why that looked. That was clearly active. Vertical. Yeah. Looks weird. Maybe I'll keep. I like how it's blue inside because of all the reflections. And also, I guess you can see the skybox bouncing off, which is weird. I can see the skybox bouncing off, but I can't actually see the actual skybox. Go to the other thing. This was 100, width of 100. I like how this is now green. This is a width of 100. Up. But it's width from the. It's flush right now. Although on top of that, I don't know, like a little platform here that you fall. I don't know. There's gonna be almost like a little section here. Who knows? Maybe I'll put it there. Probably the lamp. And the placers on get. The players always want to play, even though this. Yeah, I leave plenty of room. Enough, like if there's two zombies, get the dodge. I don't know if you're not going to be training in this. I made. So now let me cut this side. Actually, whoever brought that up, I don't know if said anything. What a great idea. Why don't you just copy it to the other side? Paste, flip along this X. Flip Y. Now flip X again. With that. Thought that was going to. Not even high enough. How an identical copied tower is not down here. Okay. or actually hold this. I want to make sure. Gotta make sure. Eyeballs must. Something's up about 4-9. I guess it would work about thinking outside. I was making it the other side. Just lining up. Wall. Not sure why it's not. I guess it was copying. 172. Funny how identical copies of things are the same size. I'll take it. It is, but it's less walking. I think it's the more walk. We're coming outward. It's also another thing too. I don't know. I'll have to double check in the game. Like I said, there's a little courtyard center here, or what exactly you fall on or wrap. I'll have to double check the actual game for accuracy when it comes to that thing. That court. Top here. 160 8 by that orders gains terrible. 58. Silly me. 50. Yeah. 58. 25. 4. 28. 28. 28. Of the texture. By 'Kay, that turn. Actually, now I might make. Do a little strip in this for lighting. I'll even put a that looks a little better. Put a reflection probe in here. Make it take 10 minutes longer. Probe click. Reflection this way. Reflection up, down. We'll have to look at pause it out to see what that crazy thing. Probably end up pulling in blue light, the bluish green sides. This little white light that I got here, I might as well pull one of for the heck of it. Just so people definitely. But hey, you no, I'll do one side with it. I even come through. Go to the one. Or one is also out of the same side. So let's all actually. Now I actually have to cut. Yep. Okay. Go with this. This is too far away from the microphone. Okay. Probably just rambling to. I'm still cutting this taller than it should have been. I'll leave it like that. I'll have to put a wall side. Doesn't height of. This has a height of 128. Has a height 138. So got two. Also did. Okay, that fixes that problem. Okay. Now we're gonna take cut it and bring it down. Cut it from the side. Copy it from the only because it's this copy paste. Top of the maybe the height's off. Distance. Push it out. Let the cutting of the wall begin. Probably, yeah, probably put it on the side of the wall that way. Gotta make a right turn. That one over. Go to the snow field. Which will eventually. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying before, you're watching this every now or in the future, feel free to comment some things that you like about the map, things that you want to see in the map, maybe things that you've seen in solid game or franchise that you purchased to, or I don't just really just for the conversation. Like this part of the map is actually the part that I have. And anything after, you know, originally like way back in the day, whenever I was like 8 or something in PlayStation, like, the game was 2 discs, and I only had 1 disc because the friend who I was borrowing this game from only gave me 1 disc. So you can only get so far. Stop playing it. And you just, or it was cryptic enough for a young kid to not know what to do. Looking back at it now, it makes sense. You could pay attention to the game telling you hot key, cold key, all those kind of that kind of stuff. A lot easier to actually have it attention span and a brain that can think logically, which I don't think I really had whenever young. Oh, I was worried there for a second. Yeah, hey, I got to play the game. I wouldn't have got to play the game other than the demo if my friend didn't borrow it. He's a weird friend. He ended up stealing my uh, Twisted Metal 2 version game. He ended up giving me back a different one that didn't work. So that was cool. Yeah, kids. When you are one, you'll understand. Oh, Metal Grave. If you type in the YouTube chat, I'm not sure if you have it open. It should pop up on stream, unless of course you're shy, which makes sense. But yeah, sometime I'll have to have you on the stream. I don't know if we can't really. I mean, talk about without you really having Metal Gear. You have plenty of Metal Gear experience because I always talk to you, always have talked to you. Probably the reason that kind of like rekindled that enjoyment of it. But zombies though is the thing. Um, that wasn't really in your wheelhouse. It's perfectly fine because I don't really. I have not been in the best of terms with Activision for a long time. So like yeah, StarCraft 1 pretty cool. Beginning of StarCraft 2, yeah, still on board. But I mean, everything now is just monetized. But that's just gaming in the 21st. I don't know, the new age of gaming, where you're paying more. getting questionably better quality games, but are they really better quality? There seems to be more quantity, less quality. And they charge you for both. Hey, peeps got to make their money. But also, you get a downfall too. Is becomes all about profit, about product. I'm sure there's a correlation between having a better product, getting more profit out of it. But I don't. There's always that role. What percentage of extra work that you know, what's an acceptable number? You want to put in, was it loss on returns? No, diminishing returns. Law of diminishing. Oh, you put a 1 hour of work or dev time into it gets 10% better, but that it costs 5% more. And at certain point in time, that time number that cost goes up more than the benefit that you're getting. Like, are 10 more people going to buy your game? You hire 10 more developers. That's not worth the price. Maybe if 10 million people buy your game for every 10 developers, yeah, you get 10 more developers. But I am no business maker, just a simple fool. 100. Hold on, let me pull this up so I can read your comment. 157.6%. Figure that's a reference something like 100% work 60% of the time, 100% or output. Honestly. No, but what I was saying a half an hour ago whenever I started this conversation with myself, slash with you, slash with future audience, is that so Grave, you're a big Metal Gear guy, but yeah, I would probably have to fill you in with a whole bunch of zombies. Oh, I give 157.6%. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds. I've given, what was it, 1,000 some hours? Oh, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull up with Steve how long I've had the. I've played I've played mod tools 83.3 hours and currently on 1,700 1,078 hours in mod tools. That really that only counts whenever mod tools is open. So not all the time am I actually working on something. It could be like light compiling or pathing compiling or if I have it on in the background while I'm doing the coding, sometimes it'll calculate. It also doesn't calculate the amount of time that I went looking for tutorials. It doesn't count the amount of time I spent in-game testing them. Count the amount of times I've rewritten, the description of the map, working on thumbnails for like video or art or the screenshots of the map. Time on this, but by no means that I'm any good at this. I just spent time on it. If anyone wants to take positive from this, you waste enough time on something that's better than you thought that you. myself though. I feel like sometimes it's my brain is always more, thinks more than what I can actually do, limited in this mortal shit. My imagination is always better than my ability to. It's always more fun inside. How loud is that? Okay, I don't think the microphone's picking up. If you don't want to give anything big, there's some wine back of a truck that needs. Yeah, side jokes. Uh, Better find someone to empty that truck for you. Oh, you want some cheese to go with all those cases of wine. Up, everyone, whoever, if you're watching this video now or in the future, you earned the gold star for today. Congratulations. Which I guess goes into another mental rant that I would give people. Maybe you're stuck on working on your little project or hobby or whatever. You always got to remember too that you're always your biggest critic. You always want to be your biggest critic, and you always want to be kind of also your biggest supporter. If you're one or the other one, you're only one of them, kind of detrimental. You're only your biggest critic, kind of like a low self-esteem kind of thing. You'll probably get to that, feel like nothing you do is ever good enough, which I felt that before. Like there's no, I could never. I was just saying I could never. Anything I create's never as good as it is in my head. Kind of like you always wanting more, or always dreaming big. But if on the opposite side, if you're only your biggest fan but not your biggest critic, you get kind of fool yourself. Kind of that's when you start fights with people online or in a chat, getting angry, flipping out, maybe even doing things uncharacteristic of yourself. Yeah, mental notes from psychological or aspirational advice for a person who has done nothing, worked on this. Keep on keeping on. I think the famous quote from Joe Dirt is "Life's a garden, dig it." Okay, so now that I've distracted myself by getting inside, what was I? Just this end of this section, like just shaping it out. Like I said, I'll have to plug that hole up down here. Teleporters, and I know someone's going to be daring enough to go to the bottom, even though these 3 floors have nothing on. I'll put a teleporter just for that. That was way too. Oh, also, haven't seen me on any of the streams. Always remember to save, save off. You're going to hit that button, magical button that's never hit before on your keyboard, and it goes haywire. About that, change it on the. Eventually, I'm gonna have to change my setup because right now I have a screen that's like barely within eye shot that has the comments on it and like the stream. So I'm not paying attention. I'll miss chats. But eventually, what I want to do is I want to put like a screen somewhere else I guess the big problem is my dang TV is big, and it's not high enough quality for any of this. So that'd be goals to work on, quality of life stuff. So things to look forward to. I'm going to try to keep popping out, popping out content, working on this stuff, build some sort of some more enjoyment, more things for people to interact with. Because people just like this is the best map they've played and stuff like that. Which I mean, I can't really see how that being the case. Maybe it's the nostalgia factor, which would make sense to me. Nostalgia is definitely big, but to be fair, other than the time that I've spent, not really, I'm nothing. It's just time and the willingness to tools and to spend $20 on the game when it was on sale. I mean, I actually got the classic edition, not the classic edition. I got like the full Zombie Chronicles pack that me and Bahos could do all the Easter eggs, have fun with all that stuff. The stuff that we used to do 2016 when this game came out. The last time we had truly had lots of fun playing Call. Now we got the whole custom stuff to go with. That might be some streams that I do. Maybe I'll do say some other people go over and be like, oh, this would be cool if I had some of this in the or maybe how I would interpret what they did if I were smart enough to put what they did into my map, what I would do with it to make it style. I don't know. Things I need to find out too. Obviously, I still got a decent bit more to work on this. Things I need to find out is maybe like if I were to do another project, what would I do? And how do I simultaneously have this project, like have this on the store, be able to update this if I ever make to it, and also make updates to that? Because I had an issue where I tried re-uploading like a private version of this so I could test it online with a few people and not release the whole thing, to the public just to be able to test it online. And as soon as I did that, I broke the map. I uploaded an unfinished, broken version of the map, and it overwrit this one. So I think that was like version 2.1b or something. There was a good like 12-hour span where I downloaded the map, got some cracked version, broken version. I did see like a few people post like, "Oh, I spawned in the map and it downs, it game's over." It's like, yeah, that's because you magically were downloaded the map in that 6 to 12-hour span, and it was longer. Put a little barrier there, a giant square to represent where no field. What I do. Like simultaneously have to burp and yawn. Especially that would be another thing I'll have to get used to. Streams too is get better at talking or pretend. I think I'm doing a pretty good job pretending I'm. I guess the thing is just be careful if they start talking. I guess that'll be another two. Maybe I'll go back and listen to the stream to see like the S's of my words, the hissing on the, or maybe the volume in general, different devices and what. Feel free, anyone, anywhere, time, leave comments, recommendations, stuff like that. I'm gonna do something. I want to try to do it somewhat well. Back to the conversation that started it off. I'm gonna at least put 157% or 150.7% like an alcohol. Yep. Fourth ring. So we pretty amazing. I like through the skybox over here. I just like it needs to go. It needs to go further and further and further out because I have no clue how big this craft's gonna be. And it looks like I'm getting close to it already. Definitely gonna need to be pushed whenever. Okay, so now that I got that built, at this point, I might go back and start putting, at least for the next half an hour of this, I might start putting spawners and zoning this. Then after I end the stream, I'll probably code it so that the zombies will spawn there. Then I might also put things in my code so that I don't have to do all these big steps. Yeah, I'll probably turn those on, jump into the game, probably do a good 20-minute gameplay. I'll have to kill the boss, but I'll put it on the easy. I'll do like a quick speed run, like a hacked speed code to see if zombies spawning, and I could just totally crack it out so that zombies, have all the sections up. So I don't have to do. So I guess the question now: do I break cave down into sections? And what I mean by sections is, or zoning it, is the zones, zombies spawn in the zone that you're in traditionally, and I think they're coded automatically to also try to spawn in zones that the game knows are like the next zone in the previous zone, and you tell the game, what zone goes to what zone goes to what. So, like I have zone for the first floor, which is this, the purple section. That's zone first floor. The first floor knows that it can go to the elevator. Pull this stuff up. So many boxes. Yeah, the first zone knows, in the first. Actually, no. Let's just say the first zone has the elevator in it. There's zombie spawners. If you're in the first zone, it's going to spawn zombies in the first zone, or it'll spawn them this entrance here. And so all these red little boxes are zombie spawners. And the entrance goes from where it says volume here, right next to where snowflakes are, all the way to this wall right. So here they're going to spawn this location, this location. Then after you open up second floor, they'll also spawn on the second floor. But they won't be able to get to you unless they crawl through these little sections of the walls that I. That's why you'll see these holes in the wall for go up different floors, up and down different floors, coming through the. That way zombies won't get stuck. They'll always find it. Otherwise, you'll wonder why you can't end the rounds because the zombie's stuck and he's away, bored. You know, it's kind of to speed up the game, or to give you different areas. So it's not, you know, same all. Awesome. First, I'm going to check. Change the font size of the chat. So whenever that does change, we'll have to see if it looks even. Realize target name, the name of the script noteworthy is that it's for the players are not die, and the target is what spawners target. So right now, this one mantis. This a I'll make it about half all the way before it says that you want these zones touching, but not overlap, or maybe as close to touching. If a player ever goes outside of one of these zones or goes into one of these code has not activated yet, they instantly get killed. Basically, barrier. Like zoning right. You know, before you blow. Maybe I'll break it down into 3 cave sections. And usually what I do with these zones is I write them down so that I know how to put them in script. What I got, my Garad Kurobi sheet that I made, Google Docs, for how to do the valve step. You know, just one step of these, but it's the only step that you need. I even got it listed for the, I guess technically it doubles as a bomb step, up, down, left, right, 1, 2, where 1 is infirmary and armory is 2. Yeah, if you ever need a guide other than the 20 of them, 20,000 of them that are online for the valve step, let me know. I got a document that I typed up. I also have a very ghetto, an appropriate term to use. I also have a very poor man's version that I put together for the Origins. So I can just pull that up on my Google Docs. Down at it. Yeah, I don't know what. So I'm going to split this up into 3 sections. I'm going to call it for the code cave underscore entrance, cave main, and cave exit. And I'll do that. Cave underscore, and which I will misspell. Cave underscore cave exit. What I probably will do. So I'll probably have it originally is after you do the Psycho Mantis boss fight, which I'll probably take away that soul box. After you beat the Psycho Mantis boss fight, the secret door will open up. And in the code, it'll be like, okay, you can go from the Psycho Mantis room, Commander's room, to the cave entrance. So it'll say, hey, zombies, you're allowed to spawn here now. Player, you're allowed to go here. Not die. So that'll activate that. Then I'll have it probably also activate from the entrance to the main section. They'll probably start spawning zombies here. And then once you go into the end, I also have it so the main section also allows you to go into this half, which I'll call the exit. So, from A to B, C. Then eventually what I'll do is I'll allow the zombies to go, hey, you're allowed to go from, C to A once the player blows up this wall or buys that door, however it's code it. I'll set that flag. So that's the goal for now. That way, whenever you're over here, it's going to be very hesitant to spawn zombies in this far section. Who knows? Like, try to jump through this wall, or they'll have to go the whole way around to get you. 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to work on this for a little bit. I probably will take a break, at which point I'll probably end the stream. That way it's not going too crazy. Plus, I don't know how long people would even watch, but it just got me to sit down and not walk away. To the entrance, small. Volume. Add AV. Target. I should probably just. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to change it and show the entire. I'm going to hide radiant. Probably go infinite. So display capture. Yeah, now you're going to get the capture cursor. Boom. Minimize this. Actually, I'm going to put this. Whenever you click on the program. All right, so now you're going to get everything. Actually, let me put screen 1 needs to not be on top of that. Bear with me. Some technical difficulty. All right, that looks like it's a little bit better. Okay, trusting my failing eye. So I'm going to name spawners. What do I name the location spawners? Save And I saw that correct. Where I put spawners in. Oh, maybe I'm feel this guy. Oh, put it in. As you can see, it's still tied to the. Put it in the corner. But let me. You see now the red arrow now updated. So, like I said, I'll probably mess with this and this stream at some point in time after I feel like I'm boring the no one or the future watchers to death. And then I will code it separately. For actually someone who would want to watch me code and sit up there and type code, which is probably even more boring. I would do it, but I figure that maybe talking might distract me. Hey, if I'm having fun doing something, I'm not going to not really stop doing. Yeah, each one of these red boxes, like I said, it tries to find boxes in neighboring. And I could put like a wall barrier from the down, but I've kind of stayed away from wall barriers. Kind of look kind of low quality whenever I tear them down. Like I said, I will probably have to do something similar. I'll have to get the dogs to work. I want to start. I might put a cave entrance spawner here. Have it jump through the. Yeah, maybe in the future. I'll have to put traverse. I'll have to put a traversal in there, which would be kind of weird. Then after the wall's gone, they'll still jump through. Jump through an invisible wall. Okay, to each of their own. To make it safe. Probably put it near the. That way you still have like a little corner to go. Especially since you're going to be looking. You'll turn around. So you're dead. Go to that section right. That way it has a little bit of size to it. And it's not like, oh, you're in the entrance. Actually, Cave entrance. Paste. Said you don't want it to touch. I mean, you don't want it to. I didn't think. Okay, I'll break it down into 4 sections now. Entrance, main, middle category. Cave hall. Here's my pencil. Cave hall. Or cave mid. Cave mid. Just a little. Want to mess up their spawns, they can. That'll trigger 3rd section spawns and slow the game. But I don't see too many people fight over it. Cave. Target. Paste. Actually, let me. The reason why this stuff is all green, checkered, because it is a mesh or patch. That's why it's all like that. It allows you to click on one of the corners. Kind of works as like a connecting piece. Again, you hide in this corner, and I think you're in the middle section. Then it might be more apt to try to spawn zombies. Might slow down your. But multiplayer will, because you're not going to be able to shove 2 people in there. Yeah, that'll be fine. I can. Players won't be technically shallower. I know. Yeah, you're not able to fit a player outside of that. This one's fine. Target. Then the next thing I want to do is figure out how I want to break down the towers when it comes to zoning and spawning. But I want to do it. I don't want to do it each floor because that's ridiculous. Floor takes about 5 seconds to, or it takes about 3 seconds. So I might do it so that like every 5 to 6 floors is, but I might also kind of stagger it because floor one is flat for like sections. So floor one and floor nine are bigger than all the other floors, which is one set of stairs. So I'll break it down with some silly math formula. And also at the top, the roof has its own section. The roof might be, the roof might have be its own section, or it might be two sections, A and B. Actually, no, I'll make it three. Platform A and B, tower A, tower B. That way, if you're in the platform, it's guaranteed the zombies are spawning on. If you're on one side, the zombies are going to spawn within like maybe like the first 2 flights of steps. So I might do the first flights of steps on the top 2 flights of steps on both sides of the um, flights, maybe 5, probably get you to 7, or maybe I'll do 5 because it's addition. So they'll spawn there and the 2 higher, so that's 7. 5 again, 2.5 times round. Which yeah, that'll keep the zombies somewhat close to the player. See, this is what happens whenever I'm doing something. I start talking and then I start fidgety with my hand. Head spawner works. I can't. The hose just, or just so. I'm going to tell him. Anyway, over this wall, touching the exit. Target. So 816 needs. I'm gonna pull up Sublime. So this is the code for the map. All the weapons. Oh, I did leave the Tesla gun in. Okay, well I messed up there. Tesla gun is overpowered against Burgesses. It one-shots them, but it does not. So that's always a story. I understand people be like, well, the whole coding thing, figure out how. That'd be funny. Tesla gun a tank and you insta kill it. Where the script? Yes, see. Right. So y is greater shown in there. Else, but dying with. I don't know why this didn't work. Scripting. I wonder if this all this stuff gets written. I is greater than. Well, I will be 1. Whatever. But that's not what I came in here for. Code. At some point in time, if someone's ever interested in going over any aspect of the code or how I did anything, feel free to comment, jump in the Discord during one of the streams. Maybe we can talk about something. A lot of this code is I've seen someone else do something and I've kind of learned how they did it, and or maybe the logic behind it, and then used it for. But yeah, you see this whole section right here. This whole from this all this section says ZM zone manage is all what zones go to what other zone, and what I will have to end up doing because that is like the pre-built function, the zone manager. So what this does is it tells, hey, call this function or send all this information variables to the add adjacent zone function inside the zone manager file or program. And what it does, and break it down for you really, it's name of the first zone, to what zone it can go to, and what trigger has to happen for that zone to be, or for this to be set, what flag has to be set. So, for example, if I'm going to go over this last one, in order for you to go from the lab to B2 right, which B2 right is how I bet the lab is Autocon's lab. I have the lab is its own section. B2 right is the section, is that hallway with all the dead bodies in it that the ninja kills. In order to go from the lab to that hallway, or vice versa, the lab open tag has to be, flag has to be hit. That flag is hit whenever the generator is blown up. So even if somehow you no clipped through and then unno clipped over in the lab, you will instantly die because that's not open. Secondly, zombies won't spawn there because it's not accessed yet, so the zombies don't. But they're allowed to spawn. So if you no clip there, and with God mode, the zombies wouldn't spawn, couldn't do anything. Plus, I have it so that certain steps of the Easter egg or quest only can happen after another step happens. So it's the functions and stuff like that. But what I will do is I will add a adjacent zone. Right now I know that, actually let me put a comment in. For you non-coder, code savvy people, the double slash, double forward slash is usually to comment things out. You can also do a multiple line comment by doing a slash star, but you have to make sure star slash to end it. Otherwise, everything after that is comment. Break all the code. So I'm going to comment this line out so I know that it's cave, section for the cave spawners. So first things first, in order to get to cave box, what is the flag that I for Psychomantis defeated? I probably spelled psycho wrong. Spelled it wrong. go Mantis boss defeated. Psycho Mantis boss defeated. We'll go with that. On the flag for Psycho Mantis boss defeated, that's the boss. That's not the. I think if it doesn't say the word boss, I think I have a flag for just the soul box. Soul box is just Psycho Mantis. So I confuse myself and anyone who ever wants to look at that code. It'll be a little bit. Yeah, we'll go with that, and go from the third weapons ability, which I have NWS. It is going to, what is the command? B1 Mantis. You're allowed to go from B1 Mantis to cave entrance. You're allowed to go from cave entrance at the same time, the same flag. You're allowed to go to cave entrance to cave mid. Allowed to go from cave. No, it's cave main. Cave main. Cave. If you misspell these, you'll die in the game. You're allowed to go from cave main to cave mid. You're allowed to go from mid exit. And finally, this will be something I'll have to code later. Flag or to read. But after the flag of cave wall open, cave wall. Hopefully I remember. I'll probably end up writing that down after I end the paper, so that whenever I go through. We'll do from cave entrance, cave exit. That'll bridge that gap from there. I'm going to save this. Close I'll just minimize for now. I'll go back to throwing the spawners in for the next 5 or so minutes, and then I'll probably end the stream because it's already been almost 2.5 hours of me rambling and distracting myself. Let's throw these spawners in. I will probably break this up into 2 pieces as well, front and back, or A and B. Maybe we'll do 2. I'll break it up into 2. We'll see how that goes. And then I will have to mentally draw this out, draw these towers out, break them up. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a tomorrow stream. You'll see the meet same as that. Hey, it'll be fun. Like I said, I also have the detail. Right now they're just plain stuff. Volume. Paste. Up. Also, in the future, if you're a future viewer or current viewer, feel free to share, like, and subscribe, comments, all those kinds. Helps me. Hey, this is something that I should be doing. Something I should put more effort into. And it doesn't hurt. Flash. Also, if you're a mapper, you can always feel free to critique what I do. Also, like I said, with my what I have is time. I don't know if so much as knowledge being a thing of mine. I guess interest. So like if there's things that you know that work that help me put things into the game, how to properly do like boss zombies and stuff. The Brutus was pretty much drag and drop from Spiky. Um, there were some other things that I got which crash my game if I try to put in because I'm not enough. There's that giant dump of files that I'll have to pull up the name, but he basically he had like the Margwas and all that stuff. But if I try to put any of that stuff into my clicks with something, it crashes. So plus I don't know what scenario I would put other boss zombies in. Um, what I want to do for Vulcan Raven. That'd be a giant mangler. I kind of feel like it would need to. It's the thing of that boss is someone with a machine and machine guns. Getting shot with machine guns and zombies is like a thing that really rubs you. Unfair range zombies is not something that the community because you just kind of feel cheap. So yeah, probably one thing I'll have to do is I'll do all of this, get all this working, look into seeing what I have to do for dogs, see how unfair they are. Because by the time you get to this in game, you're probably looking at round 18, 20. I mean, round 18, and if you know all of the Easter egg steps and stuff like that, because you get points for finding all the Caratans and stuff like that. So, 350,000 points allow you to buy all any of the doors that you get to, plus you be conscious with your zombies and so yeah, it'll be around that, and then you'll be around 20 dog rounds. It'll be kind of hectic, especially because they'll be mixed in with. Switch this to id. And let me throw up the ending soon stream just for the heck of it. Throw up the title card again, and which I'll probably put up probably 20 seconds before I end the stream, just for the heck of it. Go back to Radiant. Oh, I didn't finish him yet. Go to Matt. I don't know, I'm thinking tomorrow what I might do is I might try to pick some of the best comments on the Steam workshop and maybe read them on the stream. If I somehow manage with more subscribers after this video, probably thank those people. And then maybe I'll look into seeing if I can get the most, maybe have more fun, more things to encourage people to partake. One thing I also wanted to do, and I don't think I've mentioned before on any stream or any text, I want to probably also code it, because one person suggested a long time ago that it should be infinite spawning zombies. In the starting room, what I might do, along with that 60 seconds where I have as the difficulty, I'll have to code in some sort of parameter to permanently set spawn zombies and maybe like bump the round to round 5 or something like that, so that it's not infinitely spawning walking zombies. Or maybe it keeps track of kills, rounds still go up. That's something I have to, is flipping the rounds while having infinite spawning zombies. I know there's plenty of maps that have it in, but I have not got that part to work. It happens randomly during the infinite spawning zombies during lockdown, boss lockdown. Which I find kind of weird, but still, even though it's outside the zone, it'll make something that should the line. Maybe I'm typing plural. Yeah, supposed to be plural. Silly goose. Again, imagine going all the way into the map, compiling it, realizing that you've run an F, kicking yourself in the. That'll be the next thing too. Zombies will get stuck dang doorway. So that'll be fun. I'll have to do some fun things for that. They, at least the player has a little bit of breathing room. They will have to fight through the zombies. All spawns in. I believe they can do it. I trust them. I have faith in them. Hear that view. How long? I watched someone play my stream play my map the other day, and they seemed pretty okay, but they never found out how to get into the tank hangar. I felt kind of like, do I have to change it? I mean, it says in the top right corner, infiltrate the tank hangar, and I mean, for someone who's played the Metal Gear, played the first game, they would instantly know, yeah, I can get. Um, but maybe, you know, they'll know the one way of getting in. The buying the door is wholly new. I did that for people who don't want to waste a minute crawling through. which is understandable. How annoying would it be is every time you had to crawl through, like there's no fun in the crawling out. Just like I said, nostalgia. It's a neat thing that you don't do in Call of Duty, as far as I'm aware. Section where you had to crawl through. That'd be a neat idea for a different map. Something where like a challenge map where you had to crawl through something, didn't crawl through it perfectly, you could get hit from the sides or something. Damage triggers. Kind of like anyone play StarCraft or StarCraft 2. StarCraft, there was like the challenge map, which was like the uh, jailbreak maps, or there's the ice baneling map, or things along those lines where if you touch uh, certain spots, or you would just instantly die or take damage. Well, in those games, you're supposed to like click, navigate your little Zergling or drone or whatever character you were through a minefield and go through that without touching things. Maybe that's a challenge. I could see that going over real well. Be something new. Little date custom. I think I made one of those myself. Uh, I think I made 3 StarCraft maps in my day. At least that I can recall. First one I made was a very cheap knockoff of like a tug of war kind of map, where you have a builder and an attacker. Which I mean, I guess they liked so much the fact where they made Archon mode, where you could do that kind of neat. But that I think it was called Brain Damage, and that was probably based off of the Brain Damage song from Eminem back in the day. Back in the day, you kind of listened to that kind of music because it was cool and edgy. Um, Plus, the Overminds kind of looked like a brain, so it was brain damage. You had to tug of war against the other team. Yeah, there was that. And I think it was Overmind Defense might have been the original idea, but I just called my own. Then I also had basically my own jailbreak version where you had to move. I kind of made it tough because I'm kind of sadistic, I suppose, or like I want people to suffer or to enjoy the toughness or the accomplishment. I can't remember what I called it. I don't think I called it jailbreak. And it's that map is well lost to time. So I couldn't even think I could go find out what. And then I made like a campaign or like a single player map. Of course, if you get to know me at all over time, you know I have a very sense of humor. So if you're very susceptible to that kind of thing, um, I might not even go into. Actually, no, I'll go into what I named. So it was like a very simple, like mirrored kind of map, and it had like sections where only flying units go through, which I guess is anywhere in the. But they had to go through in a certain path so that you couldn't just fly wherever you. So if you wanted to do an aerial attack on someone's base, you were bottlenecked. That's the thing about aerial attack. StarCraft is you're never really bottlenecked, at least in online mode. Not really objects in the air that'll stop you. So I added that just to add something to it. But I named the map. The Protoss have like this way of spelling things with um, like TS or P psi. So I just named it SORCTUM, or rectum, or SOR rectum. I was the story I had behind the map was sort of like Protoss acolyte was banished to this planet or to this realm because he was in um, ways of the Protoss, almost like the dark ways of the Protoss, into like young Padawan, should I say? And unfortunately, that like so. But hey, that's just my own personal opinion on that. But I thought it was funny at the time, me being all edgy. So I might have, I might have toned down publicly, but there's like almost nothing that I. But yeah, gotta be careful. Always something that's gonna rub something. You gotta do your best, especially if. But with all that rambling aside, I threw in all the spawners. I think I pretty much coded it, generally. So what I'll do, I'll probably work on it here a little bit longer off stream, but I will come back tomorrow. Maybe I'll show you that it's working in sort of live demo. Work on it a little bit more. Probably get to a point where my brain's like, what do I want to do now? What should I work on? And then end that stream. And then yeah, that'll be it. Who knows? Maybe I'll mess with the streaming software. Who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll have someone on talk about who knows what band off. Apparently, I'm supposed to make a Twitch. I don't know if I could simulcast without having a Elite subscription or a Prime subscription to StreamYards, but I'm sure I could find it. It might not be as detailed as this one is on YouTube. It's probably my main focus because I'm much more of a YouTube. But we will see. So I'm going to end the stream probably here in about 30 seconds. Um, Thanks for those who are watching now, those who are watching the watch time machine, show my video. But hopefully you guys are excited for what may come. And again, always thanks so far for everything that everyone has said and done. I am going to bring up the quick. I never thought that I would get to 15,000 people having my map. That's a number that I didn't expect. I didn't even know. I mean, I kind of knew that many people kind of played zombies because this is kind of to me the definitive zombie game. Call of Duty zombie game, raids and stuff like that. But that people that would waste gigabytes on their hard drives for my map. Again, I might go over some comments tomorrow. And my goal is to not delete people's comments. So if people say things like this map needs to get updated soon, negative content, you might take that negatively. Yeah, I agree with you. The map does need to get updated soon. So that's kind of why I've also jumped back onto it. But I'm going to leave all the comments there, unless if it's like somehow spam bots or something, which I don't know. Who knows? My goal is to try not to get rid of any of that crap. The more comments, the better. The more it sees it. Plus, if I get too many positive comments on here, someone's going to play the map with like too high of expectations, and then they're just going to give it a thumbs down. The goal is, not to go too crazy with it, but to still stay motivated. Well, Jada delete or Jada62, whichever one you want to go with. Thank you for spending the time here. I will see you guys on one of the sometime in the future. Thank you. See you next time.